What is a hardware Trojan means? So it is a malicious modification of the circuitry of the integrated circuits. So a change, a malicious modification, okay, an unauthorized change in the electronic products, okay, that is called the hardware Trojan. So what it is going to do, what the hardware Trojans is going to do means, as usual it is going to have two different ports. So one is going to be the trigger port and second one is going to be the payload. So we discussed about the virus in lecture number 5, I think. We discussed about the virus and worms. So the structure of the virus and worms we discussed. Okay, there are three different ports available. Whereas here in the Trojan horse, okay, it is going to have only two different ports. One is the payload port and second one is the trigger port. So trigger means it is an event or a condition. So when the trigger, when it is triggered, when the condition is active means automatically the payload is going to be executed. So what the payload is going to do means, so payload is going to do only the malicious activity. So what type of malicious activities, we can make a very big list. Okay, so in that, so leak of confidential information is going to be the major thing. Okay, so I just summarize the slide. Any malicious modification in the circuit level of an integrated circuit in a hardware product, it is called the hardware Trojan. So it is going to have two different ports. One is called the payload port and second one is called the trigger port. So trigger means it is an event or a condition. So when that particular event or the condition met, automatically the payload is going to be executed. So this payload is going to do the malicious activities only. So any type of malicious activities it can do. So it can leak your confidential information, it can gather the information from you, or it can transfer the data from one device to the another device to the external devices. So there are a lot of malicious activities the devices can do. Now you can see in this particular diagram it is very clearly given. So a simple Trojan example. So this is a crypto hardware, okay, a general circuit. So I'm going to inject a Trojan here. Okay, so this is an additional component which is injected in this hardware device, and this Trojan, okay, ordinary user cannot find it. Okay, the ordinary users cannot find it. But what the Trojan is doing means, it is collecting all the secret information and it is sending it out to someone it is sending. So this is a very simple one, a simple example for a hardware Trojan. Okay, I repeat the point here. So a Trojan is going to be an additional circuit or an additional electronic component. So unauthorized way it is inserted, okay, and this is going to collect the data from you. Okay, so that is going to be a simple hardware Trojan. Now I'll show you a keyboard and a mouse. Okay, you can see this is a mouse with a hardware Trojan and this is a keyboard with a hardware Trojan. So what is that means, you can see here. So keyboard, this is a keyboard, so you can see the back side of the keyboard. So there are some additional components are inserted. An ordinary user, a common user, okay, is not going to understand this or is not going to see what is available inside that. So whatever you type in your keyboard, so these devices, these electronic components, it is going to collect, and in this, okay, they may have a Wi-Fi module, okay, or a Bluetooth, whatever the communication technology they can have, and this data can be transferred from your keyboard to some other devices, or even through your computers it can be transferred. So this is a Trojan keyboard. The same thing, you can see here, this is a mouse, this is an ordinary mouse. So the mouse is open now and we are having an additional electronic components here. So this electronic component, it is going to collect, okay, your mouse movements. So whatever you are doing, whatever you click, okay, so it is going to track your activities and this will be communicated to some other person. So this is, I'm going to say, as a Trojan mouse and this is a Trojan keyboard. So this Trojan can be inserted, okay, in anywhere, any of the electronic devices like KVM switches, keyboard, mouse, network cards, network interface cards, network equipments, okay, or any especially from a non-repeatable resources. If you buy a non-repeatable, that means if you are not buying a branded products, okay, so non-branded products if you buy, so you can find these types of problems. So this is about the hardware Trojan. Now